All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
4,
5,
5,
6,
7.
8, 18, 19, 20. High five. Yeah,
Too
girl.
slow. Oh, too slow. There you go. Oh, you got me.
So we went to Blowout at the bunker at Big Spring, Texas this past weekend. And it was a whole trip before we even got there.
So let's rewind about 2 weeks before then. We were at a race in Hobbs, and where we did a small tire, big tire, and we went to the finals in both. However, we broke the rear end. We broke the weld on the housing and bent the tubes and a couple other things that we didn't know about. So we got the rear end out, and I went over to my buddy Darren's house, and we re-welded the tubes to the housing. So we get it in the car, I replaced a bunch of Heims and things like that. We're about to put it together, and then I realized that the spool's broken. I went to put it in, and literally the bearing fell off. So the spool was broken. So I haul butt the Summit. I drive all the way there. I have my buddy Philip pull the part because I'm getting there at 8:01. I get there in time. I buy a strange spool. Drive all the way back home. Put the bearings on it. Put the ring gear on it, and the axles don't fit. So I didn't know that Mark Williams has a different pitch on their axles. So that didn't work. Next morning at 9:01, because that was when they opened, I next day aired a spool, put it in the car. We barely got it together literally the night before. Got the rear end in.
Late before.
Yeah. I wasn't able to test it or drive it. We bought the Pro gears weren't available, so I just bought regular street gears, so we were kind of not sure how that was going to go. And then woke up the next day at 4 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning or so, to start getting ready because we had to make it there because it was a day race. But yeah, we loaded it in the box, totally untested.
We weren't sure what to expect.
Yeah, because I think the rear end had been bent ever since we made the trip to California, because we've been having issues with the car turning left ever since then. Actually, I think they just aired the episode. I'm just not going to say anything, but you can see that I had an issue with the car steering left in the Street Outlaws episode, either coming up or it already happened, I don't know. So we've been fighting this issue for months now, and we've been band-aiding it with preload. The weights didn't make sense on the rear end, but we were just trying to do what we can to get the car straight, and now I think we finally figured it all out.
We went down first round, and it was the smoothest and straightest that it has gone
It went a little right.
in a while.
Well,
but
better than left.
But still, it went straighter and smoother.
Made a little adjustment to the ladder bar.
So yeah, first round we went up.
Oh, we had a
against,
flat tire getting there.
Yeah, we did. We had a blowout on the way.
It's about a 5-hour drive, and then we decided to, my brand new tire decided to blow out.
Yeah.
So we changed that. We got there on time, unloaded pretty quick. We put 29.5s on. We had 28s on it that were kind of worn out. Yeah, first round.
We went against an all-wheel drive car.
It was an all-wheel drive car. Actually, pretty cool. It was an Evo, whatever the Evo Mitsubishi things, and it was all-wheel drive. He had actually the same. I'm gonna get you. Or shush. 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 Okay, yeah, so first round we went down. We drew an all-wheel drive Lancer Evo, which was pretty neat. He actually had the same turbo, well, not the same turbos, but the same brand turbos, the Force Performance turbos. And so we were chatting it up about how his turbos were going and mine, and so that was really neat. Went pretty smooth. He was sleeping on the light a little bit. Light came on a little faster than expected. Luckily, had a little nitrous, and got it spooled up just in time. Went out 60 feet, made a little move to the right, but just corrected it, and we went smooth on through there. We did exactly what we wanted to off the trailer, the numbers we were shooting for. We, made a little adjustment.
Yeah.
It was a pretty decent move to the right, so I went ahead and adjusted the ladder bar a little bit, and then went down second round. We raced
Tristan, right?
I don't know.
Mommy,
I think it was Tristan, but we raced a
It was an all-wheel
diesel
drive.
truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, diesel truck. It was really cool. It was only his second race ever. He was younger, super sweet. His dad was with him. So it was cool.
Everything basically repeated from the pass before. We
We got a little faster.
went a little faster, turned it down a little bit because it lost a tire in a couple spots, and we're just trying to make A to B passes, keeping it straight. So we made the adjustment. It went less right, so we were headed in the right direction. So third round, we drew Adam Franco, and so he's got a super fast little Fox body turbo car. He used to be nitrous. We've raced with him a few times. And so we just kind of kept to the program. We looked at the tune-up. We just kind of, we made the suspension adjustments. Although it would have been nice to, sounds silly, but it would have been nice to wheelie a little bit to see if it was going right or left. As it wasn't really the time for testing, so we actually put some weight on the front of the car, tightened up, and didn't change the 60 foot. It would have took more power. I just didn't want to risk wheeling and going and not being able to drive the car. So we was conservative in the 60, and then from about 1.8 seconds or so on, turned it up a little bit, and we were able to get the win there.
So after third round, it was semifinals after third round, right?
Yes. Yeah, semifinals.
Yeah.
It was hot, pretty miserable. The turnaround time was not the best.
We were pretty pressed for time in between rounds. They were getting a lot of pressure from the fire department. They had to close up racing right at 9
Yeah, I think it
o'clock,
was.
you
I
said.
believe it was right at 9 o'clock because when we went to the final, we had to have it done by 9.
Yeah,
So
we were turning.
We were turning it, and it wasn't. It wouldn't be so bad if literally the sun wasn't beating straight down on the car. But we went into the semifinal. We didn't know much about the Droopy.
Mommy, what?
I see.
We went into the semifinal.
It's okay.
The door, Mom. The door do that.
It's okay.
Are we in the kennel? Do you want to get in your kennel? Look at me. I'm talking to you. So we went into the semifinal. I didn't know much about the car we were going up against. A lot of guys said it was real fast, pro mod looking car, which it did. It looked really long and low to the ground. I think it was I don't even know. I don't want a Cavalier or something.
Let's not even guess.
One of those 90. It looked really nice. Had a nice paint job, but it definitely had that pro mod look to it. I don't know. I think he had a 388 with twin turbos. But either way, we went out to the semifinals and we just did what we needed to do. We just kept it soft in the 60 foot. I just didn't see a need to get aggressive there and risk losing it like I did the few weekends before. And I mean, because that's what happened. I got greedy. I wanted to go faster in the 60, and it bit me in the butt. So we just kept it low. It would go through the 60 foot. Tires would come up a little bit, set back down, and then we'd put the power to it. So had a good race in the semifinal.
Daddy.
Great race in the semifinals. Good close race. I think he was right behind us. Mother of God.
Why would keep doing that?
Who? Why does who keep?
Door.
It's the wind.
The wind.
The wind is blowing the door that Daddy hasn't fixed yet. Great race in the semifinals. Close race. Awesome. Did what I was supposed to do. We made one tweak on the. We really just let the tune alone for the most part. I'm going to shush you. I'm going to shush you.
I gotta shush you.
I'm going to shush you.
I gotta shush
Where's my
you.
shusher? This is my shusher. Shush you.
No, that's a power.
Right before the semifinals, they told us whoever wins basically needs to get turned around fast. That they have to get done before dark, before 9 is what they said. And so as soon as we went through the traps, I went around as fast as I could. I think we had to pack the parachute. Through the parachute?
Yep.
Through the parachute. So we were hustling. I think we had maybe 15 minutes. So we didn't run the hood the whole time just because we were trying to cool the car off. Got out of my sweatsuit because that's what it was at this point. It was like drenched.
Yeah.
Made a tiny adjustment to the suspension to get it to go more straight. I don't think I even messed with the tune because we really didn't have time. We tried to cool it. We put fans on it. The turbos were boiling.
They were smoking.
Everything was so hot. The transmission temp was really high, so I just tried to get it as fast as get it cool as fast as I could.
Yeah.
Left the engine fans on, left the trans fans on. And really we left the same tune up in it and then had the scramble button we hadn't used yet. So but yeah, we went out and we left I think around the same time, and we were pretty much, I think we were out a little bit more, and he started reeling us in towards the top end. I hit the scramble and it didn't really do anything. So the air, it just wasn't very happy. I mean, it was over 100 degrees. Everything was heat soaked really bad. The RPM was about 400 RPM higher just for the temperature in the transmission fluid. And so it was a struggle, and he almost caught us at the end. I think it was like a fender or something at the end, because I think we were out about a car and then he reeled it back up to a fender. So we're gonna make all the necessary adjustments we can. I'm gonna look at the data and see. It seems like here recently we've been like really rushed.
Turnaround time has been real slim lately.
I don't know why that is. People are trying to get races done faster because it's hot or something. But like the problem with it being hot is we need more time to cool down, not less.
Yeah.
So that was really tough, and I understand that their situation out there is they literally had to be done at 9, so they had no choice.
Yeah.
But like even other races, like the turnaround time it's pretty tough when you only have 10-15 minutes. Like man, that like when we're running the cars as hard as we can.
Yeah. It's
so
hard. You gotta take off the hood. You gotta get the fans, pack the parachute, do the tune. You're trying to accomplish a lot of things in a very short period of time, and ultimately we can't necessarily control how quickly the car is cooling or not.
Yeah.
There's only so much we can do.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into having like maybe some quick disconnects to cool like the transmission. Maybe put an electric water pump. We still have a stock LS2 water pump on it, so. Maybe put an electric water pump on there. I don't know. We're gonna because we're definitely seeing like a big ET difference in the heat alone. You know, because we can turn it up and go the same speed because we're turning the boost level up, but it's going not as fast or slower just because of the converter temps or the trans fluid temperature. The heat soak in the turbos and the motor oil temps. It's just bad on the motor too. So we're gonna look into trying to figure out how to get the car cooler, faster, get it turned around faster. But all in all, it was a great weekend. We went straighter than ever. Hopefully we'll continue that trend. We're gonna rescale it after all of the adjustments we made to see actually where we ended up on like the wheel weights, and keep improving. We have some new turbos that we're going to try out that Robert sent us. that I think we can get a little bit more top end and low end. Then of course we got some nitrous express to spray it if we need to with those high DAs. That's actually been really helpful because it doesn't seem to care, it just adds power. So yeah, like for instance, right as soon as it let down from the wheelie, we turned the nitrous on.
I don't know if we'll do another daytime race.
It was tough, and like the 2 weeks, I know it said we did a couple things. I was literally up for a week.
Mm-hmm.
Not a fun
we
deal. Just one problem after another.
Quite a few things go wrong, and it was a little tough too when we were there because, as you guys know, a lot of the time Hadley backed Steven up, and she was not able to do that there. So it was tough for her. She was very mad. She did not understand.
We maybe show the video of her crying in the background.
Yeah.
She was mad.
She was beside herself, upset, kept crying, screaming, I need to back my daddy up. I want to back my daddy up. So that's really tough whenever you have races like that where the kids aren't allowed to be involved. And I don't even think it was up to them. I think it was more so the fire department, not necessarily the promoter at all. Cody was really sweet. He was really helpful.
He handed me money. That was nice.
Yes. The first thing Hadley said when Steven made his last pass is, where's my money? I want to go to the store.
Oh, goodness.
So yeah, we're going to hustle this week and, be back out there racing again this weekend, most likely.
Put turbos on. Hopefully test the turbos. Probably won't have time for that. But at least do like a trans brake test.
Yeah, first round's been our test lately.
Yeah. I want to try to install, we got a custom Proton nitrous system. So instead of shooting it wet, we're going to shoot double dry. And what that's going to allow us to do is I can lower the shot for the two-step, like to like a 75 or something, depending on where I'm at. And then I could spray, 150, 200 or something down track. So I can have two different stages to play with instead of just one. Because I have 150 in it right now. It's pretty violent on the two-step with that 150 shot, and I can't imagine if the DA is better and I spray at 150, that'd be a whole lot. So we're gonna use that double dry as just kind of a tuning tool, and so try to get that on turbos and tires, and then just rechecking all the suspension.
Yep.
And finding a race.
That hurt.
And also work and do the house and the family and the life thing.
I bought. We have 3 spare tires now for the trailer.
For the trailer. And we got some sensors. Thank you to Poland for telling us what to get.
Why are we looking at Mommy's foot? What happened? It's like Hallie's foot.
Poland told us what sensors to get.
It's just like a little thing we can have in the car and monitor the pressures on the tires, so hopefully we can see something going on. But yeah, I think we narrowed down the best brand so far. So we got 3 more of those.
Yeah. So we got this.
So stay tuned. We're gonna hopefully find another race and hopefully take home some more wins. That's the plan. That's the goal. So.
Yep, that is the goal. Yep. More money in the bank.
That's the plan. And more improvements. Never stop improving.
All right, we will catch you guys next time.
Hey, what are you doing?